Hey guys, what's up? It's Claudia Fernandez, and today we're going to be talking about my side hustles, cool apps that buy you time. So this one is called Bellhops. I want to introduce you guys to Bellhops because I actually work for them. This is my shirt, and I was actually a bellhopper for about a month. And I'm going to let you guys in on the reason why I don't work for them anymore. But we'll get to that after I introduce you guys to the platform. So what exactly will you be doing? You're going to be carrying boxes to and from a location. You're going to be moving furniture up 3 flights of stairs. You're going to be moving heavy tables and wrapping things up, that way their items don't get broken on the move and things like that. So sometimes you have one location moves, which are pretty fun and simple, and other times you have 2 location moves. So one job will take you to 2 different locations. You do need to have a form of transportation for this job, just because it'll make your life a lot easier. Although there are forms to getting around. You can take the bus, you can ask a family member to use your car, or you can even talk to one of the bellhoppers on the job to see if they can give you a ride. Also, you can rent a car and take a taxi if you really want to make it to the gig. So, based on your home address, Bellhop will compensate you for the drive. So there's 3 forms of getting paid with Bellhop. 1 is the drive compensation, 2 is the actual job that you're doing, and 3 is the customer's tips. So you do get tipped on the job, and this is because they know that you're working so hard, and sometimes you work extra, so they give you a little bit more. The highest tips that I've gotten from a client was $40, and that was because it was hard work. Like, we went to 3 locations for this one job, although it was 2 locations. So, the app does tell you the details of the job description, but once you get there, it's not going to be exactly like to the T of what you're supposed to do. So sometimes it's fairly easy things, other times it's not. And there are times where it's a 2-person job, and other times it's a 4-person job, which I'd rather work with a team just because we get to, swap the energy and be able to move a lot quicker. When it's a 2-person job, it's kind of stressful because you're moving heavy objects and you can get tired. So you do have to have your own transportation, like I said, just because you don't want to, you don't want to lose on an opportunity just because you can't get there. It will be the same thing as any normal job, right? So something that I found out last minute is 2 things that I found out last minute. For one is that the customer does have the option of tipping the bellhoppers online. Other times, they can tip you in cash. But I didn't know this. And this happened to me when I was being a lead. I was barely on the job for about 2 weeks. I was one of the leads of the group. And the customer asked if they can tip on the app. Mind you, they're going through an organization that is trying to house low-income families. So I tell her, well, I think it's best that you tip in cash because I didn't know that was actually, I don't know the platform from the customer standpoint. And the other bellhopper says, yeah, you can. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I learned something new. That information was never shared with me. I became a lead right away. So that was kind of interesting. Some more positive things that I like of Bellhop is that you create your own schedule and you create your own time slots. So they have jobs from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you can literally put your whole schedule green if you wanted to, and you can work a good 72 hours in a month. You can put in a lot of work. I don't recommend doing that though, because it is a hard. It is work. You have to carry things, you have to use your muscles, you have to use your body energy, and you have to be very cautious on how you carry things, right? So the reason why I started this job was because I wanted to stay fit and work out. I run my own business, and I'm in the process of relocating. So I want to make sure that if I'm working and making money, that it can at least be towards my fitness. So I was trying to be smart in that way. So my numbers and lifespan of working for Bellhops. So I started January 5th till January 26th. And I say the 26th because of their pay period, right? So that's about 3 weeks worth of work, a total of 9 moves, and I didn't work every day. I made about $568.49 plus my tips, which was $73, and that's only off of 3 customers. That's a total of about $641.49 within about a month of a lifespan. So in 1 month, I could make $600 plus, right? So another good thing is that Bellhops sends you work shirts. A long sleeve, which is the one that I have on right now, and also a short sleeve one that's green. And it's basically the same thing. It just says Bellhop and it has something on the back. This one is actually really stylish. I like this one. They did a really good job with the gray and green, logo and design. I would give the designer a 5-star for sure on this shirt. So this platform is based on reviews for the workers, and from my experience, the customers don't ever really seem to be very happy. I don't know if it's because I'm a female and they feel like they're paying for a service that a man should be doing because they think that the job is going to get done a lot faster. But knowing me, I work sometimes 10 times harder than other people. So it's kind of like they look at me like I'm a woman, but I'm carrying like the heaviest things, right? Not all the times. This is just an example. This is just me talking, right? So why I don't work for Bellhops anymore. And this is actually a little story. So this is story time. So you guys might want to get some popcorn and watch the show, right? So why I don't work for Bellhops anymore. So there was this job in the morning. One of our team members had actually, tapped out, and they said that they weren't going to be able to make it because of an emergency. So this job from the beginning was a 3-person job. Plus we have our driver. So typically it would have taken me about 30 minutes to get to the location, but it took me a whole hour just to get there. And this is due to traffic. It's early in the morning. Everybody's trying to get to work, right? So I was late to work. I let my team know, so it wasn't a big deal. So I show up, and this lady, not much younger than me, not much older than me, is acting like life is, like it was the end of the world. As soon as I pull up, she tells me to park, and she's like waving her hand like this, like hurry up and park. So I'm rushing to park, and I park so close to the car next to me. But luckily for me, this car actually belonged to the bellhop leader for this job. It belonged to the lead. So I was like, oh my goodness, thank God. I didn't want to scratch up his car or my car. And what about if they move and I'm busy working? So I was kind of freaked out about that, right? So, mind you, this is one of those downtown apartments where the garages is at the bottom and it's very narrow. So it's already like a very claustrophobic feeling, like you're driving in there and you're just like, oh my goodness, like I'm gonna hit something. So that was that. Anywho, I show up. She has a bad attitude. Supposedly she had to go to a meeting. So we go upstairs to start, taking things out of her apartment. Mind you, there are 2 other girls living in that apartment. So it's her and 2 other girls, and they're all moving out on the same day. Like the other girl even hired her own moving company as well. So it was 3 girls moving out. box, and she's telling me to move this plastic container that holds our blankets and our wrap. So we have to take this to the job so that way, we can be prepared. So these are like our tools, right? So this box, this plastic container, is sitting like right outside the elevator, and she's like, well, can you move this too? And I'm literally putting a box on the floor to grab a dolly, and she's like, can you move this? And I'm just like technically we're not, like, you're telling me to do my job, and I'm not even supposed to be moving this thing in the first place. So I already have a box that I'm trying to get, I explained to her, like, I'm trying to get the boxes out of the apartment so that I can put them on top of a dolly so that I can move them downstairs on the elevator. And I tell her, like, calm down, relax. Like, I'm not your slave. Like, I'm gonna, like, just chill. I tell her I only have 2 hands. I have to get things out of the unit to put it on the dolly. I'm not your slave. Calm down and relax. That's exactly what I told her. So, long story short, we all had to put up with her. We get to the other location, and it's the same scenario. Downtown apartment, narrow garage. She's telling us to do our job and being dismissive. Literally banging on the boxes, telling us to be more productive. She was already on strike number 10 with me, and I was counting up to 3. So by this point, I was already like, man, this person is just hard to deal with. So I'm parked in this garage. A security comes and is wondering whose car it is. And this girl is telling the security that my car was parked there for an hour. And I'm like, I'm here to help her move. Like, she's literally trying to get my car towed, and I'm here to move her items into her home. So I take another load out, and I tell her, I'm done with your BS and your S, if you can figure that out. But I literally didn't even say the word, and she was like, that's why you are where you are in life. I tell her, you don't even know me. So she tried to tell me that I am where I am in life. Like, being a bellhopper is being, like, it's not good enough in life. And I feel like that's really disrespectful, because she really doesn't know me. She really doesn't know, like, what I'm trying to build for myself. And the fact that this is a freelance type of work, an independent contractor, making my money, making my tips, and use this as a way of being flexible. So I tell her, she doesn't know me. So I dipped out in my car, and I literally, right after that, I went to a gas station. I changed my clothes and went to a meeting at the Starbucks roastery down the street from this location. Like, I literally was going to a meeting right after this, okay? So my lessons learned is, even if you're in a boss position and you're paying for a service, respect comes first. For people like me that's been through the mud, it's easy for me to be a boss and dip, because this is not the worst that I've been in. So you can't tell a person just because you're hiring them that they're somewhere that they're not good enough in life. You know what I mean? Just because, and I told her, like, you're miserable. So that's the reason why I don't work there anymore. And I already knew that I wasn't going to be working there for very long, just because, like, I was overly qualified. Like, I'm literally trying to work hand in hand with Bellhop to give them tips on how they can improve their business. And I have my business of my own. I can just use all of those skills and put it into myself. So this job, I see a lot of things that can go wrong, especially like liability type of things, because the bellhoppers, they're not taking their lunch breaks. Like, for instance, me, I have to eat something to be able to have strength. Like, I cannot not eat and carry 50 pounds. And also, when you don't eat and you're lifting things, you can get hurt. So people are putting their life on the line to be movers. And not only that, but they're moving 2 jobs. They're moving 3 jobs. I mean 4 jobs, because it's like an entire day thing. You can open up your schedule the whole month if you wanted to. So these guys are working like every day, 2 moves a day, probably minimum. I mean, for myself, I could do at least 2 moves in a day, right? So, you know, and I also want to just give a shout out to the boys if they ever do get a chance to see me. I want to say thank you. It was an honor for me to work with you guys. You guys are fantastic. You guys take it like a champ. Like, you guys show up to work. You don't complain. You just do the move and you try to please the customer as much as you can. Although I feel like they're just never happy. I don't know if it was because I was a woman in the workplace and they wanted their money to equal up to, you know, what they were paying for. But like I said before, I work 10 times as hard and I have muscles myself. I move things, you know, I squat at least 170 pounds on a good day. So, you know, sometimes I do move and carry things a lot faster. So really, in reality, that's another thing with bellhops. You are a bellhopper. You're introduced to this business, right? And you could be doing more work than the lead. So like, who's getting paid to do what? Like, it's not really being specified. However, the reason why I want to bring this up to you guys is because it is an opportunity. If you guys really need a job and a place of work, then you can apply for Bellhops and you can make money. I don't have nothing against Bellhops as a company. It's just the kind of clients that they have. So like, when you have group clients and you feel like you don't really need the job and you can apply your skills somewhere else for way more money and you're not killing yourself, then that's when it becomes a problem. So I hope that this helps somebody in finding work and another side hustle. Like I said, I'm not really mad at Bellhops. It's just disappointing of the customers that they've had. And also, I've dealt with a customer where, yes, she tipped us, but she took advantage of us. She had us move couches up her stairs, couches in her living room, things out of her attic, and go to another location. And all of this stuff was not described on the platform. Like, this was not a part of the gig, right? So the bellhoppers and the employees, the workers, the ground workers, they are getting taken advantage of. And I feel like the tips sometimes are not worth it. So I just want to make sure that with my boys, if they hear the shout out, just make sure that the customers are not taking advantage of you either. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope that you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, please, because, you know, this motivates me to keep making more videos. It makes me feel like you're really watching. So if you're watching, I will put in 10 times more effort that I already am, and on top of that, bring you guys more creativity. So thank you.